Hi, I'm Pattu from freefincal. Today let's talk about Tata Nifty Midcap 150 Momentum 50 Index Fund. That's quite a mouthful. So the fund is currently in its NFO period. This is the second momentum index released by the NSE. The first is the Nifty 200 Momentum Index. We have talked about that. I think UTI has a index fund based on that. DSP has one, and others have also followed suit, if I'm not wrong. So this this momentum index, like the NSE 200 momentum index, is based on the 6-month and 12-month price movement adjusted for volatility. That means that the last 6-month, last 12-month price movements divided by the standard deviation over the last year is used. There's a detailed calculation for computing the momentum score. The market cap is multiplied by the momentum score to get the weight of the stock in the index. There's a detailed calculation. I don't want to bother you with that now. I have explained all of that in the article, or you can also see it in the Nifty methodology sheet. Now this is the graph of the momentum midcap 50, that's in black, compared with the Nifty midcap 150 in green, compared with the Nifty midcap quality 50 in red. So the first thing that you notice when you plot this graph from August 2018 onwards, that's when the sideways market kind of started. Or maybe it started a little bit earlier than that, but I just picked up a date which seemed prominent to me. So it's an arbitrary choice, no doubt, but you can see from that period onwards, the since that the quality 50 index has not bet the midcap 150. It has bet it at some times, but then it has fallen back to the midcap 150. I had already talked about this several times with respect to the quality factor. The definition of the quality factor is kind of arbitrary. The low volatility is the cleanest definition. Momentum is also a nice definition, but the problem with the momentum, the whole momentum investing, is when there is a momentum in the market, there is a chance for the fund to perform. But when there is no momentum in the market, for example, you can see it here, mid 2018, right until the corona crash, you can see that the index did not outperform the midcap 150, which is just market capitalization weighted. Again, you can see that although the market revived, the momentum index slightly outperformed the midcap 150, but then fell back onto it right here, and only then later on it went up. But then again, the problem with the momentum index is the drawdowns will be high, so the fall from the peaks will be high, and you can see that it's prominent here. And again, in this region, again there is not much of momentum, and the fund has and the index fell down. And only in the last couple of months or so, there has been some momentum again here. So this is the problem. If you are going to invest in such a momentum index, you should be prepared for long periods of frustrating poor returns. Then there will be a sudden increase in return, and then it will fall down suddenly, just as quickly as it moved up. So that kind of frustrating performance will always be there. This is the 3-year rolling returns. You can see over 3 years there's not much of a difference between momentum midcap 150 or momentum 50 whatever. It's too many names there. The green is the midcap momentum index, the blue is the quality midcap index, the brown is the midcap 150, and the white is the Nifty next 50. And you can see that there's not much to tell between any of the indices. The momentum outperforms sometimes, but then it falls back down. Over 5 years, you can see again the momentum outperforms sometimes, but again sometimes it does not. The quality also pulls up a little bit better now. You can see again there's not much of a difference between Nifty next 50 and midcap 150, the brown line and the white lines. Over 7 years, you can see that the momentum has done well, quality has done well, but the problem is the lack of data points. You can You can see here this is less than 10 years. The window here is less than 10 years. And again, over 10 years, the window is about only 5 years. We only have about 5 years of data. Over 10-year returns were over a 5-year window. And you can see that the quality has done a little bit better, but it has fallen down recently. Momentum has done well. But the problem is there's a lack of data. The point is, today it's okay to say, okay, last 10 years was nice. But the point is, the journey, seeing point to point based on past data is one thing, but actually living through those 10 years of investing is quite another. It will be a very frustrating period. There's no guarantee that it will do better. We don't have enough data to say there is a reasonable risk that the momentum will do well over the long term. That is not yet, that cannot be said yet because of the lack of history. Therefore, I would recommend not to invest in momentum funds, and especially in this Tata Nifty Midcap 150 Momentum 50 Index Fund.